All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Okay, this is Brother Boaz coming at you with another live lesson. Were they righteous or were they evil? Okay, who was the kings of Israel? Okay, we're going to go into it today. Okay, we're going to surf through the scriptures and we're going to find out. Okay, were they righteous or were they wicked? Okay, and to answer the question, they were very evil. Okay, the kings of Israel, they're very wicked until Yahweh Shai got fed up with them and destroyed the nation and broke us down. This is really what it is Manasseh was really was the worst king. Okay, that's the reason why we're in this predicament as is. Okay, this probably gonna have to be broken down in volumes. Okay, but we're gonna go into it today. Okay, so let's go into it. The book of First Kings, chapter 11, verse 6. And Solomon did evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai and went not fully after Yahweh Yahushai as his father David. Then, then did Solomon build a high place unto Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, and in the hills before Jerusalem for Molech, and the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for his strangers, for his strange wife, he burnt incense and sacrificed unto other gods. So we see here Solomon, okay, basically for his women, okay, his women brought him down, okay. I think he had about 1,000 women, okay. He had 300, if I'm not mistaken, the scriptures, he had about 300. Let's see how many wives he had. Verse 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines with his wives. It turned his heart away. Okay, so wow, that's a lot of women. He has 700 concubines, 700 wives, and 300 concubines. Okay, so that's what this is about, okay? And Solomon did what was evil in the sight of Yahweh Shai, okay? He didn't walk in the stead of his father David, okay? He built high places unto these strange gods, okay? Verse 11, chapter 11, verse 1. But the king Solomon loved many strange women together and departing after Pharaoh's, the women of Moab, Ammon, Edomites, Zidonites, and Hittites. Okay, so and you know them Edomite girls, they some fine girls. Okay, he loved a lot of Edomite women too. Okay, they some fine women. Okay, they cause them to go off and sin. Okay, that's Solomon. Okay, then now let's go to the book of First Kings, chapter 13, verse 33. After this, the king Jeroboam returned not from not from his evil ways, but made again of the lowest of the people priests, and of the high places whoever would, he consecrated the high place and he became one of the priests of the high places. This thing became unto the house of Jeroboam, even to cut off and to destroy it from the face of the earth. Okay, so he did some evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai. It was so much evil that his family line had to be cut off from the earth and destroyed. Okay, completely. See, the children of Israel, we were very wicked to Yahweh Yahushai. Okay, we were very evil to Yahushai. That's why we're in this predicament as is now, begging the Most High to get this devil off our back. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 15, verse 5. Because David did what was right in the eyes of Yahweh Yahushai and turned not aside from the things that he commanded him all the days of his life, only saying in the matter of Uriah the Hittite. And jumping up here to 15 verse, let's go to verse 10, 15 verse 10. And for 40 years he reigned, he in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Micaiah, the daughter of Absalom. And Asa did what was right in Yahweh, in the eyes of Yahweh Yahushai, as did David his father. And he took away the Sodomites out of the land and removed all the idols that were his fathers had made. Okay, so he did what was right in Yahweh Yahushai. Asa did what was right in Yahweh Yahushai's eyes. Okay, he took away the Sodomites out of the land. Okay. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 15, verse 33. In the third year of Asa, the king of Judah, began Bashani, the son of Asa, to reign over all Israel in Terah 24 years. And he did evil in the sight of Yahweh, Yahushai, and walked in the way of Jeroboam and in his sin wherewith he made Israel to sin. Okay, so he did what was evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai. Okay, another king that did evil unto him. First Kings chapter 16 verse 7. And also verse 6. So Buzzer slept with his father and Tizah, and Elah his son reigned in his stead, and also by his hand of the prophet Jerud, the son of Hanani, came unto the word of Yahweh, Yahushai, for all the evil that he had done in the sight of Yahweh, Yahushai, provoking him to anger with works of his hands, and bringing like the house of Jeroboam, he because he killed him. Verse 19. For this sin which he sinned is doing evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai and walking in the way of Jeroboam, which in this sin which he did to make Israel to sin. Okay, so our kings, okay, as we see here, our kings did much evil in the eyes of Yahweh Yahushai. Okay, they didn't fully serve Yahweh Yahushai wholeheartedly. The book of First Kings, chapter 16, verse 25. But Aram wrought evil in the eyes of Yahweh Yahushai and did worse than all that were before him. For he walked in the way of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, and in his sin wherewith he made Israel to sin, to provoke Yahweh, the power of Israel, to anger with their vanities. The book of First Kings, chapter 17, verse 30. And Ahab the son of Omri did evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai above all that were before him. So he did a lot more wickedness that his other predecessors did, okay? So if you look at it, it's the evilness of these kings, okay? I think we only have one so far righteous, and that's Ahaz, okay? He was the only one that was righteous. Say he did was evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai. And it came to pass that he had been, as a light thing it took to walk in sin of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, that took his wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ahab, king of the Zidonians, and went and served Balaam and worshiped him, and reared up altar to Balaam in the house of Baal, and he built up in Samaria, and Ahab made it grow. And Ahab did more, he provoked Yahweh, power of Israel, to anger than all the kings of Israel that were before him. So if you look at Omri, okay, he did more evilness, more wickedness than the other kings. The book of First Kings, chapter 21, verse 25. But there was none like Ahaz, which sold himself to work wickedness in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai, whom Jezebel, his wife, stirred up, and he did very abominations and following idols according to all things that were Amen, whom Yahweh Yahushai casts out before the children of Israel. And it so came to pass that Ahab heard those words, and he rent his clothes and pulled sackcloth upon his flesh and fasted and lay in sackcloth and went softly. Okay, one moment. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 8, verse 16. In the 5th year of Jeroboam, the son of King Ahab of Israel, Jehoshaphat began the king of Judah, and Jeroboam, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, began to reign. For 32 years he was old. 32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the way of the king of Israel and did the house of Ahab, for the daughter of Ahab was his wife, and he did evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai. Yet Yahweh Yahushai would not destroy Judah for David his servant's sake, and he promised him to give him always a light into his children. The book of 2 Kings, chapter 8, verse 25. And the 20th year of Jehoram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, did Ahaziah, the son of Jeroboam, the king of Judah, began to reign. 22 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and his reign was one. When he began to reign, and his reign was 1 year in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Azaliah, the daughter of Omri, king of Israel. He walked in the way of the house of Ahab and did evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai in the house of Ahab, for he was the son-in-law of the house of Ahab. So he did what was evil in the sight of Yahweh Yahushai. See, these wicked kings is what got us and put it in this horrible condition that we're in this day. The book of, and I'll stop it right here. Let's go back one. And I'll stop it right here. I'll call it the book of 2 Kings chapter 10, verse 20. And Yahweh said unto Jehu, because thou hast done well and exceeded that which is right in my eyes, that thou hast done unto the house of Ahab according to all that was in my heart, thou children of the fourth generation shall sit on the throne of Israel. And on that note, all praises to Yahweh, Yahushai, all glory, Shalom.